Yes, indeed it is. Andre Agassi from 1990, back when he had hair. Image is everything. And here to talk about image and all things good behavior, Gerald Glascock, as we do every morning from the Southern Institute of Etiquette and Good Decorum and Behavior and all these good things. So image, huh?
Yes. There's still a tremendous amount of people out looking for jobs. And if your image is tarnished, then it's going to be harder for you to get a job.
Sure.
Now, everybody is, well, not everybody, but a tremendous amount of people are on Facebook and some of the other social sites. Nowadays, 85% or more of the people that you're trying to apply a job with are going to check those sites.
Sure.
And if you're talking about how much you had to drink the night before, you know, or last week,
sure,
you know, then you're probably not going to get that job.
So those Cabo San Lucas pictures, if you're going, yeah!
That's right, yeah.
No,
you need to really edit your, you know, and censor some of your photos as well as what your comments are.
What kinds of things do people pick up on your image? You walk in a room, because people are going to size you up when you walk in a room. When you're talking about image, when you walk in, what kinds of things can impact that?
Well, if you have a dark suit on, then they're going to think you have more authority. But if you're already intimidating and you don't want that because you're going to be talking with people and you don't want them to be intimidated by you, then you're going to want to wear a lighter colored suit.
Okay.
Once again, if you're on a job interview, depending on what you're applying for, depends on what color suit you should wear. But always dress up. You know, it's easier to dress up than, you know, and get that job. You can always dress down when you get the job.
Sure. What about if you're not wearing a suit? I mean, you know, everybody always says you are what you wear. What about if you're not in a suit? It's not appropriate to wear a suit. I mean, how can that image be impacted?
Well, there's a lot of jobs where you don't have to wear a suit. And so you want to wear something that's pretty business casual. You know, you don't want to wear a tie because if you're, you know, going to be working on a construction site, then that's not appropriate.
I suppose that'd be right, sure.
Yeah. So
and your shoes matter, right? People look?
Yes. So you make sure that you shine your shoes.
Right.
You know, it doesn't take but a minute to make sure that there's a little polish on them.
Just that last little bit can make a difference if your shoes are scuffed up, and that's your initial image. You're right.
And then when, you know, if you're a lady, you don't want your bra strap showing or you know, being a little bit risque when it's you know, professional, right? Sure. And if it's too wild, you know, once again, I mean, I have some pretty wild jackets, but you probably won't see me wearing them.
Sure.
You know, here. You want people to remember what your context is and not what you were wearing when you left.
Fair enough.
So it's like, oh, that's a great, you know, what a great interview, but wow, you know, did you see that suit?
That wacky tie, that wacky, sure, that can hurt your credibility. Real quick, the way to change it is your confidence, right?
Yes.
If you're confident, you can change your image and say, this is how it's going to work.
Well, think about when you get up in the mornings and you say, oh, I feel bad. Well, you're going to feel bad.
Sure.
You know, you start talking to yourself and saying, oh, you know, I feel great this morning. You convince yourself to feel good. Your confidence builds up.
Self-fulfilling prophecy, you might say.
Absolutely. And then when people, you know, see you and you have that little bit more confidence, then they're going to say, wow, there's something about Tyler, you know, something about him today as opposed to yesterday when he was saying, oh, man, I feel bad. I have a headache, you know, my hair's not quite right.
I hate that. All right, Gerald Glascock, Southern Institute of Etiquette. Thank you so much, as always, coming on the Good Behavior segment. We'll see you next week, and of course, we'll have some of these tips for you up on our YouTube and our webpage as well. So there you go. When we come back, well, the Gamecocks, what's going to happen? The loss on Saturday, but gearing up for the big game coming up here as we return to Williams-Brice. We're going to talk about all things Gamecock Nation when Good Day Columbia comes right back.